Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, folks. Michael Zuber, one rental at a time. Back to my good friend Matt, the lumberjack landlord. How you doing, sir?
I'm doing great. Thanks, Mike.
So what we're going to do here, folks, is we're going to do a two-part series. We're going to do part A. We are going to review Grant Cardone's 5 Secrets to Being Rich. I actually took these right off Instagram. I follow Grant Cardone because, I don't know, probably every second or third post he puts out, I'm like, I like that. He puts out these quotes that sometimes punch me in the nose, and I appreciate that. So that's awesome. We're going to go through his 5. And then part 2 of the series is you and I are going to just brainstorm what are our 5 or 10 secrets to getting rich, like there are any. But you ready to go?
I'm ready.
So number 1, Grant Cardone's secrets to getting rich is pay yourself first. How do you like that one?
No.
Yeah,
I don't
I
pay
hear
myself
that
first.
Yeah, go ahead.
I saved and saved and saved, and every dime I got, I put it into another property. So I didn't pay myself at all.
Well, I think in his speak, that would be because I think what he is saying, because I hear this a lot, is you have a day job, work your ass off. Obviously, he was selling cars, then he was selling training to sell cars. I think what he is saying is when you get your check, you take X percent, say 20%, put it somewhere else to work, and then you pay your bills after that. I believe that's what he's talking about when he says pay yourself first. I think you would agree with that.
Yeah, definitely. Yep.
I would. Yeah. So I think that's true. I honestly never understood that, right? It didn't make sense to my accounting brain. When I heard that, I was like, pay myself first. Well, okay, I work, then the government gets their piece, my 401k gets its piece. And again, folks, I only did my 401k to get the company match. Whatever they matched, I took 100% gain score. And then I borrowed against it. Little known secret. So I didn't really understand that, but the more and more I've watched other viewers and I've seen what Grant has been doing, I think that's what it is okay. You take home 2,200, you take 400, it immediately goes to a savings or an investment account, not to be touched, except in our case, to buy the next real estate project. So I think that's an important step. Yeah, so I get that.
Yep.
Okay, number 2. This one is, I bet you a lot of people look at this one and lose their mind, but this is what he said. Live on 20% of your income.
Yes.
Wow. Yes.
Yeah. 10 if you can. Mike, I house hacked. That's how I did it. That's how I did it.
Yeah. So do you think there were years where you lived on 20%, you think?
Less.
Really?
Yeah.
The power of house hacking right there. Cause that one did, that one there was like, I thought I was doing good living on 50%, but house hacking is just that powerful.
Well, yeah. I mean, you live in an expensive area and the largest bill that you had was your mortgage and taxes associated with your mortgage.
Yeah. No question.
Yep.
Yeah. So let me think about that.
So that for me, from a math perspective, I just immediately, for me, like I showed in that video, our mortgage was $1,800 a month. I was getting $1,600 for rent. So I was negative 200 plus some utilities and such. I was living on $400 a month in a 4-bedroom side of a duplex.
Nice.
$400 a month.
Yeah. So again, let's, go ahead. Yeah. So
I was less than, we were literally living on less than $1,500 a month.
And your take home was, I'm just trying to figure it out, because that's just awesome. I mean, house hacking again for the win, right? Go inside the course, your house hacking, Dion's self-management. We're getting even room hacking from Todd Baldwin, CNBC millionaire.
That's awesome.
Wow. House hacking is just that powerful.
It was that. I mean, that's how you could get the down payment for the next property within 12 to 18 months was you were saving that much money. Like we owned our cars outright. Our insurance was $100 and something bucks a month for car insurance. Job covered the other insurance, health insurance. So when we went down through it, we were living on less than $1,500 a month, no problem. And my take home was, or I was making, call it 10 grand a month.
There you go. 15%
between other properties and my W-2 job. So yeah, I mean, we were living on $1,500 a month, and it was not going out to eat a bunch. It was no vacations. It was not a lot of fun activities, but whatever, like that's what we did. And that's how we built up what we have now today.
Sacrifice, live below your means, do, you choose your hard, right? That was hard. Yeah, it's awesome. All right.
Yep.
Number 3, don't lose money. And then he puts in parentheses, ever.
I mean, that's a nice rule.
Yeah, no,
It's a nice rule. I mean,
yeah. Yeah. Certainly the plan is never to lose money.
I mean, it's a great rule, but yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. That's the plan. But yeah, sometimes life happens. The key is you do want to limit your downside, right? Mm-hmm. If you can, like, just find a way to limit your downside. So there's very few guarantees in life. Like every investment, everything that you do with your money is not likely going to not lose it. Mm-hmm. The key is you can't lose all of it, or you can't lose 80% of it. I mean, the key is limit your downside. I think from that.
Yeah, limit your downside. And again, for me, this whole notion of don't lose your money is don't gamble, right? Do the work, make educated, informed decisions.
Yeah.
Go back to my losing 150 grand in the stock market. In the beginning, I was doing the work. I was making informed decisions. That last 3 to 5 months, I had stopped. I got cocky. I didn't realize the market had shifted. Again, I lost money.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Number 4, invest in assets that produce cash flow.
Yes. That's awesome. Yes.
Yeah. Big asterisk, bold letters. Yeah. Make money while you're asleep. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah. And again, what I would tell you to do, folks, is if you take that to the next level, is buy assets that produce the highest yield, or I think you call it ROC, return on capital. Yep. That's it. And that's one of my most common Instagram posts is I only care how hard my money's working. And for me, that's yield. For you, it's return on capital, right? So very cool.
That's right.
Number 5.
That's a great one.
Number 5, passive income needs to exceed earned income.
Yeah. Yes, that's certainly a goal. And I think that's when you start to get financial independence that then turns into financial freedom. So yes.
Yeah. For me, it might be a slight twist. Yep. Because it's back to that passive income is greater than your monthly expenses. Yes. He talked passive income is greater than your salary. Basically, mm-hmm. Earned income is salary. I know why he does that, because again, it leads to better future and financial freedom. So I think maybe with that little twist, I might tweak that one. But yeah, so those are Grant Cardone's 5 secrets to getting rich. I'll go through them one more time. Pay yourself first. Live on 20% of your income. Don't lose money ever. Invest in assets that produce cash flow. And passive income exceeds earned income. Any one of those you want to talk about one more time?
I still think, yeah. I mean, I still think my favorite is that, invest in assets that create income for you. Yeah. That's still my favorite.
Yeah. And my favorite is actually the one that shocked me is number 2, lived on 20% of your income, because it just shows, I never understood the power of house hacking. It was never something I considered. I should have. It would have gotten us started a lot earlier. So again, for me, it's number 2, and really because it shows the power of house hacking. So Matt, thank you very much for part 1. Part 2, we're going to try to create our own list. But before we do that, how can people find you?
Lumberjacklandlord.com and Lumberjack Landlord on YouTube.
Thank you, buddy.
Thanks,
Take
man.
care. Mm-hmm.
See you.